Hey, everybody, we are live as the bass drops coming to you from beautiful Pompano Beach, Florida, where it's always sunny and 75. At least in the winter, as it is now. Anyway, it's pretty nice to be down here. And we are coming to you Monday through Thursdays, sponsored by Coaching Done Better. This is a live show, so a lot of things can happen. Sometimes we lose our volume, sometimes we lose our graphics. We never know what's going to happen, which kind of makes it fun and different. And hopefully, we stand out from the crowd, which is what the title of today's episode is. It's how to stand out in a crowded market. And we started covering this a couple of weeks ago, but we did have some problems with the audio, and so that was kind of scrapped. So we're going to go over it again today. Really, just really high level, just a once over. There is a spreadsheet or a worksheet that you can download. In fact, right now I gotta go up something because it's not matching right now. So it's not doing good. F11. There we go. So even that, right now we should be a little closer on our voice. We were lagging. I saw that. So now you can see the things behind me are much more clear than they were a minute ago, but we're not lagging as much. So I can see the difference between my voice and my mouth. So that was really annoying and distracting. So something just like that, like paying attention to the little things, very important on standing out. The standard is the standard. If you're not meeting the standard, why not? What's holding you back? What are you taking the easy way? Are you making excuses? Do you not have the right accountability partner? Do you not have an understanding, a clarity of what you're doing? All right. A lot of times that's why we kind of cut corners because we don't have the understanding of the reward. What's the end game of why we're doing something? That's going to create drive. And once you have drive, you don't need motivation anymore. So we're going to talk a lot about these external things as well as intrinsic things that have to happen on the inside for you to make things happen on the outside, especially if you're showing up for others. It's really important to stand out in a way that others trust that you're going to do what you're going to say is going to get done. That's one way. Talk about standing out in the crowd. How many of you guys deal with vendors or businesses that promise one thing and deliver quite another? Missing deadlines, quality issues. It's very very common. In fact, I'd say it's pretty much running rampant in our business society. So to stand out, one of the things that we look to and we start with is understanding what our brand is, and to get clarity on the people that you help. Which problem are you solving? That's number one question that I have to ask myself every day. What problem am I solving? The actions that I'm doing, are they driving me closer to solving the problem that I have in mind? Or is it just action to be busy? Just to be productive doesn't mean that you're effective, right? If I'm creating content all day, but I don't post it, right? Because maybe I like creating content. Maybe it's the artistic side of me. I like the fun stuff of looking things up and starting the cameras up and setting the lights just right. And I do. I love all that stuff. That's part of my favorite part of the day is getting everything just right. But if I don't like the rigmarole of the actual posting and coming up with the format and making sure that it's across all the platforms, then I got to hire someone to do that part of it. Because what sense is it for me to spend all this time on the action of creating content if it never gets to see the light of day? Right. So making sure that you understand what motivates you to do the action in the first place that drives you towards solving the problem, but understanding the part of the action that you're A, not good at, or B, you don't get any passion from, it's energy draining, you're just not good at it. Well, there's ways to deal with that. Number one, ways to deal with that is to hire somebody. And right now, it's never been easier than to hire somebody through Fiverr, through um, what's the other one that I work on? Offer Up, I think, something like that. The VAs, I have amazing VAs Shout out to Kit and Doms, who are going to be doing something with this video at some point, chopping this up. So Kit and Doms, they're both going to be touching this video. They do the things that I don't want to do, the time consuming, chopping and categorizing and time stamping and putting the ads in and putting the stuff in the front and the back, so you guys can see the support and the vendors, affiliates. That's the stuff that I don't have time to do. I don't get great enjoyment of doing it, and they do a great job. And it's never again been easier than to open up the world and go look for somebody that can help you do something that you're not good at. So that's really goes a long way of creating your brand and having impact and standing out in the crowd. So, question number one was, what problem does your business solve? So now that we kind of said all those intrinsic things, now it's the extrinsic. I hate that word. I always botch it up. But what is it that you solve? At the end of the day, everything you do is to make something better for somebody else. Larry Long Jr. is one of the world's good speakers. He's out there doing good things. He's the CEO, Chief Energy Officer. He's full of energy, and he asks questions every time he has a class on sales and says, "What is sales?" A very simple question, you would think, but every time that I've been around Larry and he's asked that question, I've heard 30 different answers. And so, to me, sales is providing a solution to somebody. Somebody has a problem they have and don't want, and I've got a solution they want and don't have, and getting myself and them to that solution, that exchange of ideas, products, or services is a sales process. And the sales funnel, which is right behind me, written by Ray Leone way back in the 80s, talks about how two people are far apart when they start talking, but then they go down the funnel, and little by little, they both drop out the bottom, one with the contract in the hand, the other, and hopefully both with a smile on their face. And that's the sales process. But what is sales? And for me, it's solving a problem. Um, Question number two, if you're writing these down, is why does this problem exist? If you say, okay, I'm coming up with a solution to a problem, you have to understand why it exists to understand how you're going to solve the problem. So question number two is why does this problem exist? Do you know that yourself? Have you experienced these problems? Have you lived through it? Have you overcome it? Maybe you have close friends or family or clients that are dealing with a certain problem, and you've got a great way to solve that problem. So that is the next question. Question number three, I ask myself, is where are the people who are experiencing this problem? Where do they live? Who are they? Like Jerry Seinfeld says, who are these people? Uh, do they live on Instagram? Do they live on Facebook? Do they live on LinkedIn? Do they live on social media at all? Are they in your community? Are they global? Are they national? You know, once you understand where they are and you understand the language that they use. So one of the biggest lessons I learned to simplify this answer, and I've had it brought to me a few times, most memorably by Randy Gage, taking one of his events. And when he asked me what I speak about, and I hemmed and I hawed and I started stuttering, and he just stopped me dead in my tracks. And he said, imagine I broke into your house at 3 o'clock in the morning and I came into your bedroom with a flashlight and I held a flashlight into your eyes and I woke you up and I said, what do you speak about? You should be able to sit up and answer that question. So if you don't understand how to do that, to answer the question about what problem you solve, where do these folks live? Why does it exist? Then probably you got to dig a little deeper. You got to simplify things. So that's really important. I guess the flip side of that coin is, what are your clients waking up in the middle of the night without a person flashing a light in their eyes, but they're so stressed out because of this problem? What are the words that they're thinking in their misery, trying not to wake their spouse up, stressing about this problem in their business or their life? They say, in literally 3 a.m, dead silence, and they're thinking these words. That's how simple you have to get your solution to answer that problem. You have to understand what the words they're using, and then you've got to craft your message to penetrate, to resonate with those thoughts that these people are having at 3 in the morning when they can't sleep. Because no one is waking up at 3 in the morning thinking, "Oh, I wish I had a higher close rate and a higher open rate on my email, and that way my KPIs would be better, and I would have more penetration of my." No one's thinking that. They're thinking, "How do I get more sales? How do I get more money? I need to pay rent. I need to make payroll. I need to raise my prices. How do I charge more money so I can afford the inflation that's happening to the things I'm paying for?" And so when you say, "I can help your business charge more money without losing customers," that resonates with that problem, because that's what they were thinking. You can't say, "I can help you increase your engagement and open your increase your open rate. Therefore, then by proclamation, and your KPIs will increase by." No, they're not thinking that. So that's not that language, which everyone loves to use because they think they look smart, and they do look smart, but they don't. That's not engaging. It's not impacting anything. So how you solve the problem isn't really, it's half the equation. Is what words are you using to tell people what you're going to do to solve their problem? Okay. So that's question number 4. How do you solve the problem? And then finally, the last question I have for how to stand out in a crowded market, regarding verbiage, is: how is this different from your competitor's solution? How is this different from your competitor's verbiage and the way they state, the way they fix the same problem? Because most likely you're solving a problem that a lot of other people solve. And you might think in your head that you're doing it in a unique way. Maybe it's just because you feel you're more entitled because you've been there, and most people who solve this problem do it because they went to school for it, but you actually went through it and you actually overcame these things and you actually emerged bigger and better and better. That's good. But what the client's going to say is, what Ray taught me is which means to me. What does it mean to me? What is it? How does that impact me? So your problem is, I help solve this problem by this solution with the words that they can understand. And then your clients are going to say, or you would say, which means to you, which means to you. So I solve this problem using this solution, which means to you. So you're laying it out there, you're connecting, you're landing, you're having an impact, and you're giving them the reward, the solution, the vision of a better outcome. So always giving selling the outcome is really important. Now, I'm not seeing any comments. Hopefully, you guys are engaging. I'm on StreamYard today because Restream has been so bad for me lately, dropping my audio. I see a lot of people on here today, which is really, really, I'm really happy to see that, which means that this particular topic is a hot button topic, which I love. But I'm not sure if I can see. So if someone wants to throw some comments in there to test it, because I am on the comments tab today. Yesterday I was on the private chat tab, but today I'm on comments tab and I'm not seeing. So maybe they're not getting through. But if you're commenting, I appreciate it. I will return your comments after this live stream and we will do some stuff. Now, if you'd like a copy of this branding worksheet that I'm just talking about, go to Jeremy Torisk, which you see right here in the lower left-hand corner. If you're listening to this, it's JeremyTorisk.com/branding. JeremyTorisk.com/branding. And put your email in there, and then you will get this worksheet. Now, I want to give some folks credit because I didn't kind of think about this stuff all on my own. There are some people that I work with over time that do a really good job at this particular thing. As you guys know, I don't do the coaching anymore. I don't do the teaching any longer. Not really on a one-to-one scale. I do a lot of this stuff on my live stream, on my group coaching, on the platform, on Coaching Done Better. But the people who do thrive and what they do is they this is their thing, this is their niche. They've perfected helping people with their brand. And I'm just going to show a couple of folks where a lot of this stuff came for. Amber Hurdle is one of them, and that's her website, Amber Hurdle Consulting. It's amberhurdle.com. She has a book that she even wrote about all this stuff. It's called The Bombshell Businesswoman, right? You are on your way to becoming a bold, brave female entrepreneur. But she does do a lot more than that. She actually really, really, really gets down and specific about how to build your brand, clarify and lead your brand excellence. She has the velvet machete that she uses on you too. So she kind of gives you the carrot with one hand and carries a big stick in the other. She calls it the velvet machete, which I love. So the other person is Mike Mooney. Mike Mooney wrote The Reputation Shift. And it's really important to understand about your brand and about how what you do in the electronic age is there for everyone to see and define forever. So Mike spends a lot of time talking about reputation shift and about the guide to win the reputation economy. This book called Reputation Shift is great. Mike spent a lot of time in NASCAR and motor racing, and that's why the motif, the theme there is kind of motor, you know, go fast motorhead with the arrows and the finish line and the shifting, because that's where his time was. So he's got a really cool story, as do all the professional speakers that I get the opportunity to hang out with. And there's probably, and I know there are a lot more folks who talk about this thing that we call branding and reputation, all that, but I'm just going right now with those two because the spreadsheet that you're going to download was really derived from Amber's spreadsheet. So I want to make sure. I mean, of course, you take something and you make it yours, but wanted to make sure to give the credit where credit's due. That Amber is where a lot of that stuff comes from. It's where I learned and where I applied most of my branding stuff from Amber. So that spreadsheet at Jeremy Torsk /branding, put your email in there, download your spreadsheet, answer those questions. You'll be a lot closer to this answer of standing out in a crowd. Second part of that whole solution is also there's other parts on that spreadsheet too. On that, excuse me, not the spreadsheet, but the on that document. Okay, so it's not just the 5 questions. There are other parts about how to come about simplifying it, right? There's a whole section on there about how to use the economy of words, as Lois Kramer loves to say, economy of words. She really does a good job at taking something that you do and making it shorter. So on that spreadsheet, you're going to see there's a little flow system on how to get your message as short as possible so that it'll land. And there are 5 other questions on here, 4 other questions before you get to that part that I'm not going over. And then there's a whole nother section of that part. Again, go ahead, download it, Jeremy Torsk /branding. You're not going to get overwhelmed with spam or email from me. You'll just download it, use it. If you have questions, go to coachingdonebetter.com, open up your free account, go to my profile and put yourself on my schedule, and I'll help you out answering any of this stuff that you have questions on. I won't charge you a dime for that. It's 100% free. We'll have a virtual coffee, spend some time, and then I can help guide you, if I can't help you, to the right person who can, because that's what that website is all about. It's about getting the people who want to improve their mind, body, or business to the coach who specializes in improving that part of their needs for that particular moment in time. We've got just dozens of world-class coaches on there, more joining every single day. Our goal is to have 200 coaches by March 1st. So if you are a coach and you'd like to join Coaching Done Better, you get a platform, you get resource vaults to upload for people to upload or download your resources. Some of it free, some of it paid. And then the live streaming portion is just like what I'm doing here, but it's on the the profile itself, on the platform itself, where you can live stream, and people who are on the live stream can actually go on there and see what you're doing and how you're helping people. And then they'll put themselves on your schedule. So it's a great way to be seen, to have the perfect client find you, because that's, at the end of the day, it's like Angie's List. The clients are going there to find you. So having a profile, having some reviews, some testimonials on there are good, having an introduction video. I mean, it's a great platform. I hope you guys take advantage of it. If you're looking for a coach, please go to it. Put yourself on someone's schedule. Have a talk with them. They're probably, if they can't help you, they'll recommend someone who can. And of course, if you're a coach, it's only $97 per month to be on this, to have your own platform on there. But if you put the words "Done Better 30," I'm going to give you 30 days for free. So coachingdonebetter.com, slide down, hit the monthly subscription button, put in the code DONEBETTER30. And if you're a coach, you'll have 30 days for free. You won't be charged a dime. And if you want to cancel. There's no contracts ever. And create a profile. Put yourself on my schedule. Let me help you optimize that profile. Then we're going to start spending money on keywords to drive traffic your way, because that's what this whole thing is about: crowdfunding, crowdsourcing the funds for me to spend on the advertising to push the clients who are looking for the help that you provide your way. That's what this website's about. And we are going to land this plane. Thanks for watching today on how to stand out in a crowd. Branding 101, Jeremy Torres / branding, for your spreadsheet or worksheet on how you can help yourself improve every day. That's what we're all about here every day. So thanks. We will see you Monday on this live stream, Coaching Done Better live every day, 2:30. See you. We got some surprise guests next week, by the way. So we'll see you then.